After what happened in the back rooms, Dublin Thunder walks into his apartment. He just moved there a week ago. He already put up stuff. He looks outside and he sees all the things that he's going to look at for the next 2 years. He thinks about the picture that he got. Even though it downgraded because it was $200, he still thinks about how long it took for the artist to create it. It really wasn't long. They created it with AI. Just Dublin Thunder does not realize that. He looks at his guitar. He picks it up. He thinks about the last time he played it. It was actually when his girlfriend played it for him. The reason he moved into this apartment was because his girlfriend left him. But that's a different story for another day. Dublin Thunder wants to make food, but he realizes he forgot to get groceries in the shop. He realizes there's no point to eat. He looks at the boxes that he still hasn't unboxed. Fragile, as one sticky note said. He walks into his bedroom. He realizes one shelf is slightly off. He says he's going to fix it soon. He looks at his calendar and he realizes he still has not changed that. Because it was January 5th when he moved in. He goes to the bathroom and he sits on the toilet. As he squeezes out his life, he thinks about what he's going to do tomorrow. He really doesn't know what he's going to do tomorrow. He left his job. He has nothing. He still has to pay rent. He has nothing. He thinks about a plan of making money, but every plan just does not make sense. He thought if he sits on the toilet and squeezes out all the life he has in him, he could think about ideas. But he could not think of ideas. He gets up and he flushes the toilet. He realizes he clogged the toilet. But hey, that's a different story for another day. He washes his hands without wiping. And he looks into the mirror. And he realizes he forgot to put the mirror up. So it's only the outline of the mirror. He thinks about how bad his life has been in the past, like 3 weeks. But he doesn't let it take over him. He walks out the door and he looks at himself in the mirror. And he thinks about what he wants to do in life. He has nothing. He looks in the mirror and he says, I have nothing. He walks out, but when he walks out he looks at the board and he sees Lily. He forgot to rub that out after he left. It was from his girlfriend, the girl that he fell in love with, but yet broke his heart. He picks up a wiper to draw on it, but he realizes it costs apartment rent. The fuck? But yet, he doesn't let that bother him. He tries to grab the donut, but yet, that costs apartment rent. Like, what the fuck? He picks up the guitar and realizes it costs apartment rent. Everything here costs apartment rent, yet he has not paid it yet. He sits down and he really looks himself deeply in the mirror. And he says, I need to become rich really fast. But what can I do? He thinks deeply. What could he do? I could become a stripper. He really said that out loud. He said he wants to become a stripper. Well, that's not really a good idea. If I'm a stripper, I mean, yeah, I'd make hella money, but it would not work too well. So he keeps thinking. I mean, I could work in a shop. I mean, think about it. Well, he does not want to spend his life in a shop. Yeah, not really a good idea. Maybe I can be a security guard. But he thinks deeper and he thinks, well, I do have muscle, but I'm pretty skinny. So he thinks again, what could I do to make quick money? He thinks about it. I mean, if I could go back in time and invest in Bitcoin. Yo, wait, that's actually a good idea. I might do that. But he realizes time machines do not make sense. That would never happen in a billion years. So he thinks, but no ideas. I have no ideas. I'm here in my room, doing nothing but talking to myself. What has my life gone to? I have nothing. Literally nothing. This apartment, I have not paid the rent yet. My car is down there with full of boxes that are probably going to be stolen if I'm being honest. There is really nothing I can think of to do. It's a small apartment and there's nothing. He really thinks about it, but he quickly goes to icebreakers and he clicks the one. It reads out, what's the weirdest thing you've experienced? He thinks about it. The weirdest thing I've experienced. I mean, I got kidnapped and put into the back rooms. I guess that's a weird experience, and then I had to swim in piss water. Like, that's a weird experience. But he quickly thinks again. What was the weirdest experience has he ever experienced? He couldn't think of one, even though there's literally a million of experiences. So he clicks again. What's your favorite decade? Why? He thinks again. He thinks about the favorite decade. My favorite decade, I mean, the 80s, the 90s. I mean, it is the early 2000s right now, so I mean, I kind of like the 80s, you know, there's Back to the Future, Karate Kid. Dublin Thunder keeps yapping, and I blocked that out. He thinks about all the things that happened in the 80s. He enjoys all the stuff that happened because all the electrical stuff, movies, got better, all these type of stuff that happened. He still couldn't choose one. So he looks on the floor, and he really just thinks, I should probably go to sleep now, even though it's 4 p.m. Dublin Thunder looks in the mirror again. Before he gets in the bed, he thinks about all the things he may do tomorrow. He sits in bed and he turns off the light. He thinks about all the things that happened today and what happens during the week and his life. Will I ever be loved? Will I ever find happiness? He keeps thinking, and he decides to let that rest. So he gently falls asleep, and that's it.